Howdy, y'all. Welcome back to my weekly journal. So, this is going to be my journal entries from the 31st until I think it's the 6th, is today, the Thursday. So, the cats are all in there playing around in the sunshine. It's a sunny day today, not too terribly cold. It's getting a little warmer. So, let's see what I've been up to for the last week. Okay, so starting on the 31st was Friday, New Year's Eve. We had a high in the low 70s and a low in the mid 60s with scattered showers. I went shopping today. I tried not to get any high carb foods because I am going to slowly phase out all of our traditional foods and replace with low carb options. I'm not purging the pantry again. I'm just going to use everything we have here already. I think that'll be easier and cheaper for us in the long run because the last time I purged and rebought groceries, it cost a pretty penny. So we're going to try and do that slowly. I haven't been able to upload videos at home like I want to. Yes, our signal has been awful. I haven't even gotten emails and texts and stuff like I'm supposed to all the time. And that's with the booster. So, yeah, it really sucks. I had saved several videos from during the holiday to upload while I was shopping today, and I was sorely disappointed to find that Walmart's Wi-Fi was trash. Ugh, it was terrible. I only got about 30% of one video uploaded while I was shopping, and I took my time too. I was trying to lollygag around so that I'd have more time in the store using their Wi-Fi. I should have been able to do all of them. So I only got my journal entry uploaded while I was in town. It was very disappointing. I need good Wi Fi. So I'm going to try and upload this one, but it probably won't work. The last time I tried to upload a video that was over 15 minutes, it was uploading for 20 hours, and I'm just not going to. And I have to have my phone sitting in the back bedroom window so it'll get the best signal. So I'm just not going to do that and be without my phone. Although I do upload while I'm sleeping sometimes. Willow has been kind of defensive lately. He chased Marina, and oh my God, her tail was so big. She looked like a ginger raccoon. And him and Naboo tied up. Naboo was just curiously approaching Willow to check him out. He wasn't growling or anything, and Willow balled him up. And the fur was flying for a moment, and then Naboo ran under the Jeep. He was scared, but he allowed me to pick him up and take him back inside. So our poor sweet Naboo had his first fight, and everyone is fine, but I'm keeping him in for a few days. Slim bought me flowers for New Year's Eve, or for New Year's. Yellow roses. They are beautiful. And they are. And I have been setting them in the sun every day. And they have been opening and blossoming and looking lovely. And they came with that little powder, to when I change the water, I put some of that powder in there. And they've been lasting for a long time. Okay, so Saturday, which was New Year's Day, we had a high in the mid 60s and a low in the mid 30s, and it was lightly raining on and off all day. Today is the first day of 2022. How strange that looks, like a date from a sci fi movie. It's been raining all day, and the weather says it's finally going to turn cold tonight, but right now it's really nice. The wind isn't blowing, so I've got some windows open to change out the air in the house. There were some unpleasant scents lingering from cleaning up Slim's oil painting tools. Um, yeah, let me show you that. We realized that oil painting, one of the main things about it is the cleanup. So I made this little cleanup station. This has got our sink with the scrubby thing on it, and then several different items here. This was a coffee container that I just put brushes in that had been cleaned, in paint thinner because they had a really strong smell. So I just put the brushes in here that were used on that. And this is kind of a little homemade brush cleaner. He took this bottle that originally Bath Bombs came in, and he put a little strainer in the bottom, and then he would fill it up like an inch or two with the paint thinner and use that scrubber on the bottom to clean the brushes. So he could just put the brush down there and clean it against that. And then also some pink soap for cleaning brushes. And at first we used paint thinner, but the Bob Ross thing recommends that you use Turpenoid, this stuff here, and it's odorless. And before you get started on any kind of, oh, I have helpers, look at this. Before you get started on any kind of painting project, you guys got to get back now. Back up, you guys. I would highly recommend purchasing this Turpenoid odorless um, cleaner for oil paints. And he got this at Michael's. I could not find it at Walmart or the hardware store. So he wound up going to Texarkana at Michael's and getting some Turpenoid odorless oil paint cleaner. And that is really important. And you really want that because this stuff reeks. I mean, super reeks. It stinks up the whole house. He also got this nifty little thing, which you can use to hold your paint thinner or Turpenoid, whatever you're using. And it is also a brush cleaning system. You put your paint thinner or Turpenoid in there and put this in there and you clean the brush, and then the paint will fall down and the cleaner will stay cleaner longer. And it has this really good locking system, 3 very strong locks on it. And that is awesome because if you're using paint thinner, you want something that seals firmly in order to keep the smell out of your house. I'm a big smell person, and I don't like my house smelling of bad things. And even though I have a bazillion cats, you would never know it by what my house smells like because I keep all of their stuff very, very clean. And because as you can see, they take over wherever I'm at. They take it completely over. Marina, Vince, and Naboo. These are the youngest ones, and they're so curious. They're always, always everywhere that I'm at. So this is our little cleaning station that I got together for Slim. And that's something that you may not realize when you get started oil painting, but a cleaning station is of paramount importance. And also, this was just cleaning wipes, like the Clorox cleaning wipes. You can see it's got the little tab where you pull them through. But it's also a very tall, nice container for brushes. So I'm going to, when I use up my cleaning wipes, I'm definitely going to keep the containers for brushes. So there's the little cleaning area plus cats. Okay, now back to the journal. Okay, yes. So the lingering unpleasant smells from cleaning have been taken care of. Let's see if I can get this to focus. Sometimes it just doesn't want to. So Norma Jean's over there in the sunshine. Okay. So I had all the windows opening and the air changing out to get rid of that paint thinner smell and to give the cats a chance for a little fresh air and a distraction from each other. Who knows how long it will be before I can have the windows open again. And today's too cold to have them open, but I have it so the sun will come in because they really, really love the sunshine. If they can't get fresh air, they will lounge in the sunshine. Had a surprise visit from one of Slim's cousins today. They are working on the land behind us, and they're putting in a house place and had some questions about the water line, its placement. I couldn't answer them, but Slim will call whenever he gets home and they'll figure it all out. She's building a kind of a large tiny house. It's smaller than a regular house, but it's not really tiny. And she was interested in some of the space-saving features in my kitchen. Like I'll show you some of the space-saving features in my kitchen. One is up here above my double oven. I have these vertical divisions, and this is great for keeping large items like cutting boards, my griddle, my cookie sheet pans, and anything else that just doesn't fit in the cabinet well, on a regular flat cabinet. This is a fantastic space saving idea. And another one, the corner range, just having that tucked away in the corner, and so as not to waste the space underneath it. This is like a giant lazy Susan, and it's got shelves on the bottom divided into four, and then it's got this big space on top. And I keep, appliances and everything in here. Got my mixer and my can opener and just all kinds of stuff. So this thing is a really, really good space saver underneath there. So yeah, she was just kind of checking out some of the space saving features in my lovely kitchen. Everywhere there can be a little space saver, there is. This is just a little slidey thing. But when they put in the dishwasher, they had to take out two cabinets and didn't want to waste that space. So I really like the drawers as well. The great big heavy drawers are nice, and they do save a lot of space. Okay, so we had a nice little visit, and she took a couple pictures of the kitchen, and that was always pleasing when someone is admiring your stuff. We had a nice little catch up, and it's good to know who's going to be living back over there. We won't be, neighbors in a city sense because there are woods between us and we're not going to be living close or sharing a yard. But we are definitely neighbors in the country way, meaning that they would probably hear me if I went outside and hollered over that way. And so that's a country neighbor if you can holler at them. And I mean holler really loud. That's kind of a country thing, hollering at somebody down the way. One of Slim's cousins works on the power lines, and he had a little update for me on the fiber network and said that we could expect it in our area by midsummer. So, yay! Oh, I want that so much. Oh my goodness. I cannot wait to get hooked up to fiber network. Okay, so moving on to Sunday, the 2nd. We had a high in the mid 30s and a low in the mid 20s. It was cold and there was sleet. Sim has worked both days this weekend at the mill, so I've had some time alone the last couple of days. Although I miss him when he's gone, and I've really enjoyed visiting with all our loved ones over the holiday, I have to say I was glad for the rest. Since Slim helped me so much with cleaning up after Christmas, there wasn't a lot to do as far as housework, just a few daily chores and our pet care duties. So I slept in, and I took long soaks in the tub, and I took a nap even, which I usually don't do. And I feel much better. I did not realize that I was so tired, but I was. I mean, I was tired to the point that I was feeling like maybe there was something wrong with me, like I was getting sick or something. But I was just really exhausted. It's super cold today. There was ice from sleet this morning, but it was about gone by afternoon. The weather says it will be cold like this all week long. It's unfortunate for Slim because he doesn't like the cold and he'll have to work in it all week. But it's actually good because without a good week-long freeze this winter, the bugs will be horrible this summer. So in the long run, this cold weather is a good thing. Willow is doing fine in the cold weather. He stays under the house at night, but I see him around sunning himself during the day, looking fat and fluffy. I put out fresh food and water several times a day when it's cold. And he's always dry and he feels warm to the touch um, whenever I pet him. So I assume that he's fine. And he's probably way better than he has been in previous years anyway. The more I get to know Willow, the more I think that he is an older cat and that his size was stunted by a malnutrition, is what I think. That's why he was so small. Okay, so Monday, the 3rd, we had a high in the upper 40s and a low in the mid teens. It was cold and bright. Super cold today, beautiful, frost like glitter everywhere this morning in the starlight. The sky was so clear you could see a million stars twinkling. But I didn't stay out and enjoy it because it was like 15 degrees, so I didn't linger. Slim has to go to work, but I jumped back in bed and I slept in until almost 11. I sure needed it. I've been totally wiped out since Christmas, and I'm not sleeping well at night. Between my hip hurting and having weird dreams and Howard beeping at me, I just don't rest well at night lately, so a nice lie in was just what the doctor ordered. Carrie stopped by yesterday after dropping off her grandson. We had a nice visit, got all caught up. We're both so super proud of our kids. We never get tired of talking about them. And this time we talked about what all they got for Christmas and also how awesome they are. It's, we never tire of talking of how awesome our kids are. Didn't really feel up to doing much today, just resting and relaxing. Although it's very cold, the sun is shining brightly, so I've got the curtains open so the cats can lounge around and sunbathe while napping. Willow seems fine with this cold. I'm checking on him and giving extra food and water often. I gave him lots of fat off of a ribeye steak yesterday. I think extra fat is good for outside animals whenever it's cold out. And I've given him bacon fat and I've given him some chicken skin, all of it well cooked, of course, and warm when I serve it to him. But I try to give him a little extra cooked, warm fat in the evening right before he goes to bed when it's going to be a cold night. Help keep him warm, keep his tummy warm. And that fat's real good for their coat, help insulate his coat. And he's getting fat, he's looking fat, so that's good. On to Tuesday, the 4th, had a high in the upper 40s and a low in the upper 20s. Partly cloudy. I woke up with a stupid headache today. Yet another reason to get back on the low carb diet. I had fewer headaches when I ate no sugar and few carbs. I also think that lack of sleep, the weather, and stress all play a part in my headaches, along with caffeine, because sometimes I drink a lot of coffee and tea, and sometimes I don't. And waking up with a headache really sucks. If you've ever done that, then you are aware of how it just ruins your day. I put my roses in the sun after I changed their water, and they began to open and put off a wonderful smell. Just looking at yellow roses in the sun makes me happy. And when they have a nice fragrance, it's even better. So many store bought flowers have no aroma. You can see they're kind of opening a little bit. A couple of them are looking kind of puny, but a couple of them are looking really beautiful, especially that one. And they have a lovely, really lovely rose smell, a beautiful aroma. Okay, so about 1,000 blackbirds came through our yard today. A flock would land and they'd peck around and then they'd leave, and another flock would arrive continuously. There were birds flying through all around the house for over an hour. It was pretty cool. The cats were really excited about that. Every window there was a cat watching those birds. I gave all the cats a mani and pedicure today. I'm always surprised at how quickly their nails grow, especially Naboo. But everyone is safely clipped and trimmed. Willow, of course, didn't get a trim. We are all friends, but not that close. I don't know if he'll ever be an inside cat. But I can definitely tell he's being cared for. He's doubled in size. Um, he laid in the sunshine today, grooming himself, looking fat and content. And I've given him some worm medicine. And when I go to the vet with the first of the cats, I think it'll be Normagene because she's the oldest. When I take Norman to the vet, I'm going to get some of the topical drops for fleas and ticks and put them on Willow because I don't have to worry about the other cats grooming him. And I have definitely noticed a change in his coat and in his skin and in his size. He's really getting a lot healthier. So, Wednesday the 5th, it was a beautiful day, high in the upper 60s, low in the upper 20s. It was weigh in Wednesday. I was 196.4 pounds. So I did my first weigh in for 2022, and even though I've been eating pretty much whatever I want for the last 3 months, I've only gained about 2 pounds. I'm glad because I haven't weighed myself in a couple of weeks, and I was worried I'd gotten over 200 pounds again. But so far, so good with my 2022 weigh in. Beautiful day today. It warmed up to almost 70 degrees, although Howard spent most of the day outside. I have been keeping everyone else in since Naboo and Willow had their little fight last week. I'm going to start making the cats' annual appointments at the vet as soon as I get my eye doctor's visit over with. And Willow's last on the list, but eventually he will get his turn at the vet too. And hopefully he will be less aggressive after that. Carrie coming over this evening to spend the night. She had some personal business over this way and decided not to make that long drive home. I'm glad, even though everyone except me has to work tomorrow, I'm sure we can find time for a game of Yahtzee or one of our new games that we got for Christmas. Who am I kidding? I know she'll only want to play Extreme Yahtzee. That's the only thing she wants to play when we get together to play a game. So Thursday the 6th, high in the low 60s, low in the low 30s, partly cloudy. I caught up on some laundry and some YouTube videos today. Uh, Luckily, I had a little bit of signal and was able to watch some. I'm trying to get myself ready to get back on the treadmill on a regular schedule. I've been having some hip pain, so I don't want to set a daily challenge or anything until I'm feeling better. Also, I like to listen to documentaries on YouTube while I'm walking, and lately we've had really crappy signal, and I can't do that. I considered going for a long walk outside, but it's still pretty cold for a long walk. So I'm just kind of procrastinating on the treadmill stuff right now. I'm going shopping tomorrow, so I'm making a good list today. There are several things I'm out of that I will not be replacing. Potatoes, bread, and milk are out. Also, several things that Slim takes in his lunch are gone as well. I think I'm going to start phasing out flour and sugar, even though I still have quite a bit of those left in the pantry. Although I'm trying to use what I have, I'm not worried about using up staples like that. I saw Voon's latest video in which she was doing some batch cooking, and it made me want to do some batch cooking myself. I wish I had more freezer space. I would like to make some freezer meals. There have been several times lately that having a freezer meal would have been super convenient when I've had a busy day. So I'm thinking when I go grocery shopping tomorrow, possibly I will get the stuff to do a couple of freezer meals, maybe a roast chicken or some bacon wrapped chicken or maybe some pork chops. I'm not sure. Probably depends on what they have on a good sale at the grocery store. So that's it. That's my journal for the last week from the 31st to the 6th, the first week of 2022. So thanks for joining me, you guys. And until next time, y'all be sweet.